Welcome back to the second half.
All right, so I think probably several minutes later, a few minutes longer later than normal because there's no golf cart. Everybody is in Cowles' personal sort of strategium beyond the bridge, along with the Inquisitor. Any other key personnel you'd want to sort of bring in for this emergency meeting of the?
I think that as Nero's entering, he's speaking with whoever's in charge of the Auspex scan to get a scan of the ship started, looking for key markers, right? Like a giant concentration of ceramite that isn't in an armory, or a person who's 8 feet tall.
Yep.
But he's not telling him why. He's just saying, do it.
Yep.
And then he closes the door and says, Lord Captain, I believe that the Inquisitor has something to address and explain to us about a rogue Deathwatch, a space marine on the ship trying to kill all of us. Maybe. Then Nero's going to sit down and start eating like a croissant. Nervous eating.
As you'd be aware, Lord Captain, I have a regular cadre of Marines of the Deathwatch that I work with, a group of 4 such men, 2 of which are currently on assignment in the Jericho Reach, but the other 2 remain with me, or have been remaining with me recently. One of the 2, Brother Ananias, not long after our last meeting, not long after our first face-to-face meeting, I should say, suddenly left my side. He didn't tell me where he was going. He took his equipment. He hasn't responded to all attempts to communicate with him since. And so when I subsequently agreed to come with you on board this ship, I sent the other battle brother that was with me on an assignment to track down Brother Ananias and identify what he was doing and why he had broken all communication. It has been reported to me by this other Marine that he's discovered through his investigations that Brother Ananias snuck onto the Hand of Calixis when we left Port Wanda prior to coming here, and presumably has been on the ship since. I heard through my mechanisms that there was some concerns about a sabotage aboard the ship recently. I think the term melter bomb was those used. This is certainly equipment that Ananias has had at his disposal in the past. So I have to assume that for whatever reason, a brother of the Death Watch has taken a mission upon himself that involves the destruction of this ship, despite the fact that I, his lord, am on it. Have not given such an order and has refused to communicate with me. So therefore, I have to deem that until I can capture and speak with Ananias, that he is our enemy. And when I say capture and speak, I do not believe that he would be taken easily. So I believe that stopping him is more important than talking to him, if that's what it takes.
Okay.
I need to be Ananias.
I have several interjections. The first is, what's this about a melta-bomb? Do you mean when we were in the warp and there was a warp incident and the armory exploded?
Yeah, so I've put my feelers out into the crew, and I understand that that particular incident was actually a mechanism of sabotage.
I mean, Nero's going to look at Pierre because this is the first time he's heard of this. Is this true, Lord Captain?
Well, the reports say yes. I always want to have him look more into it just to make sure.
I mean, Nero is deeply disturbed that he doesn't know about this. And also that his men were killed by an internal saboteur. He gives deeply disturbed face, which for Nero is just an angrier version of his normal face.
Question. Did we meet Ananias?
You never spoke with him, but you saw him the first time we met.
Yes.
He had the black pauldron with the chains.
Black pauldron with the chains.
So you will call that he was with two Marines. One of them was a flesh tearer. The other wore a completely black blank pauldron that was chained up and like had score marks everywhere it had been cut. So he had no chapter symbol.
Oh, that's peculiar. Okay.
Yeah. Annias is what's known as a black shield. His joining of the Death Watch was because his continued operation within his own chapter was no longer tenable.
What was his old chapter? Or is that not known?
I'm not privy to that. It's part of our agreement with the Astartes that the Black Shields are allowed to maintain that anonymity.
Lovely. Was there any sort of signifier as to why he's deciding to try to kill us now instead of in the midst of our conversations where he had full chance to? In a straight line, I might add.
That I don't know. You may recall he wasn't with me. He'd already left my care at the time you returned to discuss your findings on Regina 4 with me. So
lovely.
I mean, we're talking about an extremely capable individual here.
Oh no, I'm fully aware that this man could just pop out of nowhere with his power armor in hand and just rip our heads off without even having a blink.
So I have asked the ship's complement to begin rousing themselves for a search of the ship. However, I believe if he has been on the ship for some time, he will not be alarmed if I do something what you all would consider ridiculous, but what I would consider totally normal, if I were to call a emergency security drill, just a drill, nothing for anyone to be worried about. The ship's complement will simply be checking everyone's identification and getting a look at everyone as a response to the explosion that occurred on the ship earlier. Wait a second.
So
are you just... All right, so Nero's a ball of rage right now, and he's just like, I was there when that explosion happened. Do you think he's trying to kill me? Specifically me?
He's trying to kill all of us.
Are you sure? Because it kind of feels personal right now.
Well, you are the most high. You're the highest threat amongst us, so
I appreciate that, but it does feel personal.
Well, again, you're the highest threat among us, and he feels that.
Well,
maybe
I
taking
admit
you out
that you
first
would be extremely easy to kill at any time. I mean, you're very vulnerable. Tiny baby. Dawn, are you actually nodding when I said that?
Dawn's just thinking about all the children she's seen fighting at the Abbey, and she's just like, I don't know if that's true. I think babies can take care of themselves better than the Lord Captain at some point.
I did just fine in the fight. I stood there, didn't take a hit, and I was fine.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
So first off, I don't believe that. So what I know of Annias is it's unlikely he would try to blend in with your crew. More than likely, he's found some bolt hole within the ship that he's operating from, and he does so discreetly. He is a master of stealth and infiltration. Whether his wish is to kill you specifically, Nero, destroy the whole ship, or I mean, there are certainly places that a melt bomb could be employed upon a ship that would do a lot more damage than the particular part he chose.
Yes, I agree.
Anyway.
That's why I feel it was personal.
Yes.
You know, if he had set that off in the ammunition area, we would be gone.
And as you know, he tried to make that look like an accident, part of warp travel.
Yeah. I didn't know that until just now.
May I suggest that deaths happen all the time aboard your ship, I assume. Maybe confer with your staff to see who has died and if there's any pattern. He may be targeting specific individuals.
Like me.
Well, perhaps he's protecting an area that he's killing witnesses of him. We'll do that as long as Nero, perhaps you should probably work up another mutant hunt.
That would be a good cover.
I imagine that'd be another idea that we could do.
So,
Well, Lord Captain, I'd feel
I will
better if
speak-
you, Dawn, and Train locked yourself in this room and just didn't leave for a couple days while I got this done. But for some reason, I don't think any of the three of you would agree to that.
No, of course not. It's absurd.
Yes, I assumed you would
business
say
to
something
handle.
like that. Yeah. Well, I don't assume liability for any of your actions from this point on out. I did my job.
Well, if it
I'd like
make
to
you
get a
feel
hold of
better,
the Master of Whispers, actually. Just to have him be sent on this way.
Master of
Having this
Whispers
conversation.
is Ananias! Whoa! We never saw that one coming.
twist. I say once again that although I'm sure we'd all like to get to the bottom of the motives here, that we do need to have a shoot first, ask questions later approach to this problem.
Yes, I
I
was
say
getting
this-
a nice here, the Master of Whispers here to see if these notice any sort of patterns as far as deaths on the ship.
Yes. I say this without rancor and without hyperbole, that this man is by far the greatest threat this ship has faced.
Oh, I have no doubt. Aside from Nero on a drunken day.
The only time I drink, Lord Captain, was in honor of your mother. I feel like my non-drunken state makes me far more dangerous. Anyway, let me do something. It feels like the moment's passed now, you know. As a playwright, I feel like it passed. But let me just say, shoot first and ask questions later is my preferred policy. He says as he picks up his gun and then dramatically cocks back the bolt or something.
It's like you sort of get this look for like so Shrain sort of like quietly shakes his head, and you sort of get the impression like I was this close to getting Nero to sort of, you know, to think before acting, and then suddenly I'm thrusting him in all these situations where he's got to act before thinking. So
yeah, I mean, Nero's going to gather up the ship's complement to put together a mutant hunt and get volunteers from the gunnery crews. And by volunteers, he just means everybody that doesn't have a good score on their time right now are self-volunteering. And wait on that Auspex scan to give him any sort of indication.
okay, no worries.
I mean, what are we talking about there? Are we talking like hours or days? Minutes?
Yep.
All right.
Who has got the best logic skill among you three?
That would be the sister of
probably
Battle that we
me.
have.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at 50 right now, so
Okay, so working with Coral, your Master of Whispers, and your Chief Churgeon, could you give me a logic roll at plus 20?
Can I give her additional plus 10?
Yes, you can. Do it better. Plus 30.
find that murderous scum, please.
Yes, please find the man who's trying to find us.
6.7.
Wow. You want to just tell us where he is, James? We
more
teleport
about
behind him?
I open up my Where's Waldo book and I find the Space Marine right there between the hot dog vendor and the man selling socks.
So this is assessing the accidents upon the ship. So certainly, I mean, there's probably on any given day on this ship, probably about half a dozen people die from just various industrial accidents, whatever the case may be. Going through the list of
Space
deaths
malaria.
and causes. Yeah. There is a pattern that appears to be so the deaths heavily focus on people that were that have, for any reason, have set foot on the Anvil of War. The ship. This was the ship that was on Regina 4. So any of the crew that were sent there to recover stuff, to work on the engines and such, you know, they're being targeted. Now, there's lots of other deaths because often to create an accident, you know, like, you know, this chamber gets accidentally decompressed, for example, targets the person you want to kill plus others as well. So it takes, you know, your high degrees of success to sift through and remove all the dross. But certainly there's been a lot of collateral damage associated with these targeted killings. Probably about 30% of the crew that have worked actively on the Anvil of War have been killed. So that obviously also includes Nero and Pierre, both people that have been on the Anvil of War. You haven't, Dawn. Now, also with your high degrees of success, it seems to be preferenced. Like so the majority of deaths seem to have occurred in the lower decks towards the ship's aft. So simply from the point of ease, of access to his victims, you would guess that probably he's acting from somewhere. You've sort of like narrowed it down to like roughly a quarter of the ship that he would be operating within, down and rear pretty much.
It's like some weird final destination in Warhammer.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll pass on all this information.
So Nero's current plan is to gather up a group of obvious Anvil of War survivors, including himself, and then to publicly misbroadcast that they're heading down there. Like, oh, this is Nero. I'm taking a couple of, like, 2 guys down. Teams B, C, D, and E, start making your sweep, and we'll meet up with you in 2 hours. You know, intentionally
Operation Stationary Goat is a go.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. But in fact, the team will have, like 20 members instead of the small number that he says. But they'll spread out so that they can be super murderable, but leave their communications on so that as they're getting murdered, Nero will know where they're being murdered from.
As he is killing you, state your exact location over the Voxcom.
Yes.
Please. That is your only
I
role
can't
in
believe
this.
you stabbed me in subsector 3, corridor B.
The least likely place to be stabbed.
That's Nero's plan, is to create a squad of expendables, say that it's just him and like a couple of guys, accidentally let on that they'll be going alone while the rest of the teams are searching a higher deck, and then have his actual team spread out. What do they call it in horror movies? We should spread out so we can cover more ground. That's what we're gonna do.
5 minutes,
James,
no sound.
Just real quick, was there any? Because I feel like with a 6.7, maybe I would know this, but was there any like consistency to like, these types of killings never affected anyone other than the people that were on that ship? Like, has there been any of those killings to like?
Yeah, he said
other
collateral
types of
damage
people?
happened by accident or purpose.
I mean, like, obviously, but like, was it targeted, but then there was this collateral damage, or was it like?
It was targeted, but no care was given for avoiding collateral damage.
Okay, all right.
So look, for example, if you see the melter bomb attack was an attack on Nero, because Nero was right next to it at the time it happened.
Okay.
It wiped out the entire gunnery deck. 500 people died going up to Nero.
So it's not like he's only killing these people. He's just killing everyone that happens to get in the way, but while he's targeting those types of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a question for you. Sorry, you might have said this, but what is the public pretext for what these people are looking for when they're talking about when they're communicating about what
we're looking for mutants.
Okay, so you're not communicating publicly. You're looking for him specifically.
Yeah, we're looking for mutants in the lower rear of the ship, which sounds pretty reasonable for looking for mutants, right?
Definitely.
I mean,
100%.
isn't a space marine a mutant? So
No.
Enhanced humans, okay?
Oh, they're different. Okay.
Transhuman.
Astrophanes are mutants, navigators are mutants, but space marines are just regular people that have been gene enhanced. All right. So, Nero, give me a Scholastic Lord Tactica Imperialis roll, please, to coordinate this operation.
Damn, he's actually good at this, but that doesn't mean he's great at it.
Do it better.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Take that. How's that? How's 1.2 degrees of success?
I gave you the extra degree of success.
Yes. I don't know that we're going to get anything out of that, but
Huh?
James is going to come back and be like, your plan is terrible. You think
Yeah,
this
you
plan that
run
you came
into
up
him.
with in 5 minutes is actually any good?
So,
Look away for 1 second, and then you look back, and the goat's gone. You're just like, huh.
Oh my god.
So you obviously give these guys an idea of what to expect, and so they're on lookout for the right things. And after they've been going for about 2 hours, you get a vox communication from the team leader, Master Arms.
Yes.
Sorry, not Master Arms. You're a Master Ordnance. We've found or a device. Well, a trap, effectively. We were watching out, and it looks like somebody has booby trapped this corridor.
I'm on my way.
All right.
Call. Damn it. Nero looks for a house phone or a ship's phone to call the Infernus Master.
Yep.
Like a direct call, not like over the ship's communication.
Okay, all right. So Inga answers.
And Nero,
Master Avoidance.
Nero gives the corridor he needs them at and says, "We have a possible device. There may be more of them in this area. I'm going to need you to have a team ready to respond to anything. Stage yourself nearby."
All right, I'll be right down there. I'll get them together. It's like I've got purpose. I'm excited.
Do not come nearby yet. Just stay nearby, but don't come there yet.
Yeah.
And don't make any announcements over. Don't make any ship's announcements.
I'll pull in the volunteers by hand, and we'll make our way down there.
What do you got, Dave?
I was just saying, finally, a non-religious burning.
Yes. All right, so Nero's going to make his way there. He's not going to call off any of the other teams. Assumably, they heard that there's a device. And he's going to walk up in the corridor and be like, "Ho-ho! These mutants, they've certainly set the Darkholds up. Let's take a look at this thing, team leader. What kind of technology can these mutants really be trusted to work with?"
So effectively, it's a relatively basic thing they've set up. So it's a crack grenade has been strung up.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
In a corridor that's quite dark, and it's attached to like a plasma conduit. So the idea would be that if it went off, like the initial exposure doesn't do much, but it will flood the corridor with
Plasma. Yeah.
white hot plasma, and would be unfortunate for anybody in the corridor.
Yeah, probably it's a good thing we have the Infernus Master nearby. Now, is disabling something like this a thing that the Infernus Master is actually supposed to do?
I mean, this is a relatively. I mean, you could literally disarm this by cutting the tripwire. It's not being set up, and it's not a complex thing. It was hastily set up. There wasn't a lot of time for planning, so it's just take a grenade, attach it to something explosive. And
all right, Nero's just gonna make sure it's not a double trap. You know, where you cut the first trap and then the second trap goes off. Look, he's going up against a master of stealth who's gene engineered to be smarter and better than him in every way.
A large comical hammer swings down from the ceiling.
And then he's going to cut it and stuff the frag grenade into somewhere in his uniform.
So first, it's a crack grenade. Give me a common law war roll at +20.
Common law war roll at +20.
I think you'll need that crack grenade here in a second.
I'm going to spend a fate point to re-roll that.
It's a Space Marine crack grenade.
It's the size of a watermelon.
Nope, still a failure. The grenade goes off.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much claim that it is. I mean, it's the size of a pineapple, so it is.
It's pretty close.
You can certainly take out something big with this grenade.
All right, so Nero's just like, well, this is a big grenade.
Yeah.
He's gonna look at the team leader and he's gonna go, "Huh? I guess the Munitorium was experimenting. I guess it's It's a mutant crack grenade, huh? Oh man, this thing is fucking weird." He's like sucks it into his back. Look, I obviously identify this as an Astartes crack grenade, but Nero is dumb.
You could only yeet this thing about your strength in meters, given its weight and size.
What's the explosive radius of this thing?
Crack grenade is very limited, like within 1 meter. They're designed to be highly focused explosives.
I was gonna say, like, it would be really bad to only be able to like bowling ball roll this thing, and wow, that probably actually is a really good way to deploy this.
I mean, it is. It's great. It has got that sort of like all the sort of knobs on the outside. Like it's not a perfectly round shape. It is.
Yeah, but I assume that if he's having trouble hefting it like this, he could granny roll it real easily.
Right now in Warhammer 40K, there is a crack squad of quarterbacks that just fucking throw this football grenade.
Nero is going to get back on the comms and say, well, it looks like the mutants down here really suck at making traps. So just keep your eyes open and, if you see any mutants, shoot them. Because we're only looking for mutants. Then he's going to turn his communications off and resume his search for the
Do me a favor, just give me a deceive roll.
His deceive is 15. I can tell you that right off the bat.
It felt that way. Well, let's see if
Negative 7.5 degrees.
Okay,
you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spend a fate point on that. Look, it's a 1 in 7 chance-ish. If I succeed, imagine that. Ooh,
oh my god!
That's a natural 1.
Natural 1.
If I succeed, what happens, James? Why don't you tell me? That's a fate point well spent.
This is turning into a fucking Scooby-Doo episode now. You realize that? Like, that's,
Rookie Reggie.
Like, you're the old man in the mask right now. Like,
you have a stoned men at arms with you, like so like
brother not. Brother Ananias was really old man with us for the amusement park.
I take off Cassius's mask and I'm just like, you were this all along.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling space marines.
All right, so yeah, apparently Nero's
he buys my incredible acting that I've been working on my entire life.
Yeah, as far as he's concerned, he's still not looking for a space marine, despite the fact that you found a space marine grenade.
He doesn't know how to identify. I assume that the deceive roll is that the guy is like, no one is that dumb.
What was the great line I had the other day was if you ever wonder about humanity, just think of the how dumb the average person is, and then realize that half the world is dumber than that.
Oh yeah,
like
so
he has got a tag on it that says "property of space marines."
He genuinely thinks Nero is an idiot. Okay. Yep. Yes, I've deceived him so well.
I will kill him last. He is no longer a threat.
Okay, so
we continue our search.
So once you have finished with that with the grenade, so what are you doing? What are you doing, and what's that team doing?
I am going to find my buddy, the guy that I'm traveling with, whose job is to shout out if I'm getting murdered, and send that team to continue searching, and I and my partner will also continue searching.
Okay.
Because the job is one of them goes in front and the other one screams if anything happens over the communicator.
Okay, no worries.
1 meter apart to make sure no grenades kill the other guy.
no crack grenades. That's right. Their frag grenades do crack grenade damage to people. All right, so give me a straight awareness roll, please.
Fuck, god damn it. All right, listen,
There's
Emperor.
That one when you need it.
I don't ask anything up from you. Nope. I'm not going to bother re-rolling that. I'm going to need the fate points for when he ambushes me.
Oh, wow. So you also rolled a really shocking silent move roll. Do me a favor. Can you roll a dice less than 30 for your compatriot?
Degree of success, skill value 30, modifier 0. Wow.
Okay.
He pushes me out of the way and jumps in front. Look out, sir!
It's a giant man in space marine armor. I don't know if that's what we were looking for, but here he is.
You're a loud clunk as he's trying to rack a bolt around.
Yeah.
Steps on several buckets.
So basically, so you're walking along with this guy, and he suddenly shoves you out of the way, just as like a 3-foot long blade comes out of his chest, where you were just standing, and seemingly from sort of like out of nowhere, this hulking form has dropped down, carrying what you realize. First thing is a sword. You realize it's just a very big combat knife.
Wait, at what point does it stop being a knife and become a sword? Like how big is this knife?
For us, it'd be a sword. For them, it's just the size of a knife.
Yeah.
Just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, it's shaped like, think of like the classic sort of Rambo combat knife. It's that sort of shape, like the utility knife, but it just happens to be extremely large, like
Space Marines, Space Marine Bowie knife.
Yeah.
So it's like about yay long.
Yeah. So he is in jet black ceramite armor, but also wearing a black robe over the top of this. It sort of like cancels out some of its the shine of the armor, because ceramite's actually usually quite lustrous. He seems to have dropped out of a overhead, or dropped down from an overhead gangway basically, and landed. You don't know how he landed so silently, but he's right near Nero right now. Nero is isolated along with his dead buddy, who's probably the comms picked up the look out, sir, right before he ate metal.
Nero's gonna go, no, Norville Rogers.
He had a couple 200 experience to spend, so he got that feature.
Nero's gonna put the heavy bolter as close to this guy's head or in line with his head as possible and say, surrender now or prepare to fight, Ananias.
This is initiative because he is he's here to fight.
So he's not surrendering now, he's preparing to fight.
No.
All right.
He's in melee range. He's dropped into melee range basically. So.
Okay. I'm spending a fate point to go first, or at least make myself have an initiative of 15, because I'm tired of losing initiative, despite having the highest agility rating.
Okay, so he can equal a 15 if he rolls a 10. So not that it wouldn't matter. It just means it's actually got the same time. No, so you're going first. Okay, so he is in engagement range with you. He has a pistol and a knife drawn.
All right, I've told him to surrender. He doesn't appear to be doing that at all.
No.
All right. As my free action, I'm going to call all units on the ship to my position, including the rest of my team plus the Infernus Masters. And I guess maybe let Dawn and the rest of the command staff know I'm being murdered right now. Is there space for me to step back?
So you can withdraw from engagement range, but that is it's a full action to do that.
Okay. So what are my penalties for shooting me in the face?
You can't use a heavy weapon in melee combat.
Shit. That is a problem.
Yeah. You can use a pistol or a melee weapon.
Don't you still have your Hellfire? Is your Hellfire blaster still A?
I'd say that could. I mean, technically it's a basic weapon, but I'd say you could still use it because of how it's mounted. You can still use it in melee combat. I would count it like a pistol.
Look.
I am going to throw the crack grenade at him. I mean, this is what it was meant for. Give me a break.
Okay. So it's a straight ballistic skill test.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, that succeeds. All right, so he's going to attempt to
I just reached out and pull out this pineapple and chuck it at him.
Your whole hand is able to hold the pen, just yank it out.
Okay, so he dodged, but not by enough degrees to cancel out your full degrees of success. So the damage on this one is 3d10 plus 6. So roll me that.
That sounds painful.
Wow, that was a great roll. Do I get Embers?
Make an attack roll, yep.
Okay. Yep.
So roll an extra d10.
You get what you can. Thank you, Emperor, for looking out for me.
Takes it to 30. Okay, and it's got pen 6, so that'll drop his armor down to 4. So he takes so 30 minus 14 is 16, so he takes 16 damage. Okay, and that basically like not only does it like severely damage him, like it's like chunks of ceramite get blown off by it as well, like in this immediate range. Effectively, it blows out the floor beneath you as well. Like the whole passageway, is destroyed by this. I would like you to give me, please, a that's not athletics. What's it called? There's a just give me a dodge roll. That's what the easiest way to do it.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually pretty good at dodge. Dodge.
Okay.
I assume I'm jumping back from the explosion of the floor.
So he's going through the hole. So you have three. So you have two options. You said you can either jump back and not go through the hole, or you can go through the hole and land somewhere safely.
Do I know what's on the deck below me?
Well, you're sort of like on the lowest deck, so you're in the mechanisms of the ship. Then basically, am
I about to jump down into Star Wars? The trash compactor, or am I about to land in an ammunition refinery?
It's not equipment. It's not an area which is made for human travel as such. So it's not like corridors or gangplanks. But it's still, as I said, with your successful dodge roll, you can land somewhere safe that you're not going to be like landing on anything sharp or explosive or all that sort of stuff.
Wow. Honestly, normally I'm really quick on these decisions. I don't know. Like, if I go down there with him, he's definitely going to super murder me. But I don't want him running freely. I want to turn to my cast members and be like, what do you want me to do? Like, I could remain up here and coordinate a search of him and maybe fire on him from above and stalk him for a while.
Look, from a narrative point of view, you have to fight this space marine, my dude. Like there's no other way about
you
this.
Talk the talk. Now you got to walk the walk.
That's true.
This is your Arnold Schwarzenegger versus the Predator moment, dude. You can't walk away from this.
Yeah, but in Arnold Schwarzenegger versus the Predator, aka the Predator, he didn't walk right up to the Predator and be like, man, you know what we should do? We should fight with swords, even though you don't have one.
He literally walked up to the Predator and said, you're an ugly motherfucker. You can do that too.
I'll be shit.
How about this? Nero's
going, I can't hear anything. There was a massive explosion. They put too much primer in that grenade. It was too big.
It was all black powder.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I can't hear you. I'm jumping down this hole. Ah!
Okay. Well, I'll just send like a station communications. Nero, if you please, aim directly for the eyes with your Hell Blaster.
Oh, of course, Lord Captain. Clunk. Now, when you say I land safely, am I now out of melee range with this guy?
I'll say with your yes, I'll say out of melee range.
All right, then. Is throwing that grenade a full action or a half action?
Yeah. What you've done is that you've just done a full turn, basically.
Okay,
so.
Then at the end of my full turn, I'm going to use my free Hellgun shot with my weapons uplink to shoot this guy.
So, you will. Sorry.
I was giving him a plus.
So 10 from you for telling me to shoot him in the eyes.
Yep. You will also actually get a plus 30 for it being in point blank range because you're effectively like not quite in melee, but you are only a few meters away.
Do I get anything else for his size?
No, he has hulking, but his black carapace means he doesn't convey that bonus even though he's that big.
Ooh, interesting.
He moves. He moves like a smaller person.
He's got that 5-foot energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I hit him for sure.
Okay, so roll the damage. You hit him in the what was the actual dice roll? It was a 30. So you hit him in the chest.
Ooh, max damage. Do I get Emperor's whatchamadoozle? All right. Emperor's with me.
So an extra D10.
Okay.
So
19. So I might deal 2 points of damage to him.
What's the penetration of your gun? It's
7.
7. So he will take off 3. So yep. All right, he's still up, but hurt.
All right, I mean, at the end, Nero is just like, seriously, I will fucking kill you. Just surrender now.
All right, he is going to do a charge.
Great.
I'd like to spend a command point to activate Overwatch.
See, is he going to activate Killing Strike in this check?
Great, awesome.
What does Killing Strike do, James?
I assume it's like not Killing Strike, but it actually kills you in the process. Kills yourself.
Give me a sec. Sorry, my acrobat's running really slow here. It's one of those talents I have not memorized. All right.
Not using Sumatra PDF. Come on, my dude. Come on.
I have the full Adobe suite for work, so
The only good thing about Acrobat is that you can edit a PDF. That is about the only good thing Acrobat does.
okay. So he will activate Killing Strike, which means that you may not attempt any form of parry or dodge this attack.
God damn it! That's the one
I need
thing
to
I'm
get me
really
that.
good at is dodging. Oh shit!
That sounds great. How much? Can I get that, James? Can I get that right now? Actually, that sounds pretty good. I like that.
God damn it!
Okay. Wow, he's only just hit. Okay. So in the 66, which is your
Something
body,
not vulnerable. Damn it!
you're using that.
I
Okay.
am using that.
You rolled minimum damage though.
It's still 16.
Don't give me that. It's not good.
It's pen 2.
yes.
Nero's toughness
Ceramite
armor
knife,
is
that's
what,
what
like
I'm-
9 or something. He's
Yeah.
got 5
So-
armor, 4 toughness.
Okay, so the 5 armor would drop down to 3. So it'll take 7 off that, so you'll take 9 wounds.
That's not that bad actually.
That's less than what you typically get, actually.
Yep. All right, so I'm down to 4 wounds because I was still hurt from the Eldari
Previously.
ship.
Yep. Okay. Actually, sorry, add 2 to that because he's got bulging biceps. He has 2 to melee
Okay.
damage.
Now I have 2.
Okay.
Sounds like a
Yet
Cyberpunk
somehow
2020
he's
thing.
still small. Like that's super weird to me. It's like only upper body, and his legs are very thin and squiggly.
He missed leg day. That's right. Okay, so it's back around to you. You're back in melee combat again.
Got any more pineapples, Arthur?
I do. I have a frag grenade. It's not going to be anywhere near as good.
Also, less desirable for melee combat.
That's true.
Shoot your hellfire
But I
thing
assume,
twice.
well, I'd assume that I could like roll it behind him between his legs and then use his body to cover me from the explosion. He's bigger than me.
Make him swallow it.
Maybe shoot your hellfire pistol twice.
Maybe that's not a terrible idea. Actually,
not-
You could
Your
burst it
blast.
once, then fire it again because it bursts as full action. But the
oh, that's right, because it has a rate of fire of 3, so I could hit up to 3 times and then use it at the end. As well, I hate to say this, but I don't think it works like that. The me weapons mount thing is a free thing, so I don't think I could like fire it and also fire
you
it.
can't burst it. You could fire it as a free action.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think James saying that you can shoot it as a burst. and
I
then
suppose
you-
that's right. Well, I think I get what I'm saying. Yeah, because he's not using the weapon. The weapon isn't in his hands. That's
It's
something
in
you
my
use, like,
it's
yeah.
on my shoulder.
Yeah, the
But
weapon
I
mount
could
lets him as a
spend the
free action
turn
fire.
using the hell gun. That's for sure a thing I could do. All right, what is the melee weapon that he's using right now? It's
Combat knife.
just a knife.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not like a power knife or anything. If I
No,
parry it, he's
it's-
not going to cut my arm off, right?
No,
Have you
no.
seen his guns, Arthur?
I'm trying to catch up on melee combat because I don't know how to do it right. If I attack him, is there a chance he gets a counterattack on it?
If he's got the counterattack talent,
Okay, so potentially this could be a terrible idea to like pull out my sword and fight him. And you're saying that using a frag grenade and melee with him is a bad idea, and I agree with you. If I can't use his body as a
no. You basically, if you use it, you'll both take the damage.
I am going to look at the Angelique Cowles action figure that I have at the end of my heavy bolter. I just be like, "God Emperor, please!" And with his eyes closed, he's gonna start firing with the hell gun, just like right in this guy's face.
Okay, no worries.
So I'm going for the semi-automatic 3 shots.
Yeah.
So I still get a plus 30 because of his point blankness.
No, because you're in melee combat.
Oh,
You don't-
'cause
you
I'm
don't
in
get
melee
the
combat
point
with
blank
him.
shot. Yeah, that's right.
All right,
yeah.
so what do I get in terms of bonuses now?
All you're getting is the plus 10 for short burst.
Okay.
What about weapon quality?
I can half action to aim and then still do this, I believe.
Short versus half action, so yes, you can.
Okay. Yes, I will do that. So I'll have
What's
a
the
plus.
weapon quality of your Hellgun?
It doesn't add anything to hit with ranged weapons.
It's a good quality Hellgun.
Yeah, which gives it a reliable trait. That's it.
Yes.
Wow. So
5.2 degrees of success, so I'm going to hit with 1, 2. I'm going to hit with all three of them?
Hit all three, unless he dodges.
Well, that would be bad.
Okay, he does not dodge, so...
No Emperor's Wrath, so I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of damage here.
Okay, so the pen of your weapon is 7, so he's taking 13 off each hit.
So he doesn't take any damage off.
It depends on if any, because he's got more armor in the chest than anywhere else. So your hits have been in the. So 34 will be body arm body. So you will do 2 points to him in the shot. Oh, sorry. So the one that hit the arm was the one that did not enough damage. So yeah, that stuff blinks.
He basically absorbed my full attack.
Yeah.
All right.
But you can still fire the gun on your shoulder though.
That was the gun on my shoulder.
Oh, so okay, no.
Is what I was firing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No worries.
So all I had was fire that thing.
Right,
My plans of getting arm guns to fire at short range and spray around, we never got around to that part. Nero's making it. Listen, Nero's in full combat, but the managerial side of him is taking his list of things required for the ship security and placing the gauntlets with the two boulder pistols on them at the top of the list right now. Okay,
so he's gonna 2-weapon fight you.
Perfect. Wait, he only has one weapon.
No, he's got a bolt pistol in hand.
Damn it!
Okay, so you can attempt to dodge one of these though.
Yeah.
So
do I have to declare that before or after it hits?
No, you can see if he hits though. First. Okay. So
let's do that.
I'm going to do I'll do the knife first because that's in his main hand.
Sure.
Is a miss. Okay.
I feel like Nero is probably just like using his carapace to force himself inside this guy's arm range, make the blade miss.
Okay, and then the bolt pistol. It jams.
99.
Wow.
Yeah, but that must have been damaged in the fall because he jams his bolt pistol. All right, back around to you.
Nero's gonna.
You can hear voices in the distance now. People like and footsteps on deck plates. People running to attend.
Nero's gonna scream in this guy's face and say, "You're a madman! Even the Omnisire has abandoned you! Your machine spirits spit in your face! Just like me!" And then I'm gonna make like I'm gonna spit in his face, but then I just fire my Hellgun in his face.
Okay, nice.
What did I add to it last time? 20 plus 20. Yeah. Okay. We're still just locked in combat. 2 immortals. Wow. Even if he dodges, he can go ahead and get fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the most you get will be 5 degrees, or will be 4 degrees.
Yeah, I mean you'd have to have a
matter.
serious dodge rating to get rid of that.
So it'll save his reaction then. So roll your 3 damage rolls.
Come on. Yeah.
There's Embers Wrath there. 2 Embers Wrath at a minute of damage.
I have to tell you, I definitely wanted on the one that does 14. So let me roll it for that. Yep.
You only get one?
Yeah, you get both.
Oh,
you get one.
You told me I only get one, which is fine. Hey, do I re-roll that as well?
Yeah, but you just roll an extra D10. You don't have to worry about hitting again.
So that's
okay. So 28 on that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, 728. Okay. So and the hit locations. So you hit with a roll of.
You shouldn't have upset
4.
the machine spirit.
Yeah. So
what did I call my gun?
Body on body.
Sentinel 626. He's out here doing good work in the name of the God Emperor and the Omnisire.
John 117.
No, that's the name of the Spartan from Master Chief.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I named the machine spirit of my gun, guys.
Yeah.
In a previous episode, its name is Sentinel 626. My Hellgun. I'm its first owner. Its operator. All right, James.
Okay, so
is this guy dead yet, or is he just like, oh, I'm lightly wounded now?
Okay, so 28 minus 11 is going to be 17. He halves critical damage, so 16
he's just
takes
like
him to
me.
0.
We're so badass.
Okay, so he's at 7 critical damage.
His
in the
arm explodes, killing me in the process.
Does he pass out so we can interrogate him?
Let me check. Let's find out. It's unlikely, but we'll find out.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
We'll have him chained up in the biggest chains possible. Actually, let's just weld.
We're going to
scrap
use the
metal.
kind of ship chains you use to haul ships. Tow chains. They're the size of skyscrapers.
That was with energy weapon is yours, isn't it? That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
So we want a -7 energy in the arm.
So his wound will be cauterized, hopefully, or you'll catch on fire.
Eric
Who knows?
Bulgaris, thanks for that sub.
Okay. With a terrible snapping sound, the heat of the attack boils the marrow of the target's arm, causing it to shatter. The target's arm is broken, and until it's repaired, the target can't having one arm. The target is stunned for 1 round, which he ignores because of his traits, and also takes 1d5 levels of fatigue, which he ignores because of his traits.
Great. So basically, he can only stab or shoot me. He can't stab and shoot me.
Okay, that was his left arm, so you disabled the bolt pistol.
Well, worse things could happen.
Okay.
Not sure what you'd be more terrified of, the stabby or the bolty.
All right.
If
The
he
bolty.
uses it as a bludgeon, though, is that still a second attack?
He just flops his arm onto me. Yeah!
All right.
I don't know. Have you seen his guns? Like, he had bulging biceps, right? Use that as a weapon.
Okay, he is going to
Retreat, surrender, ask for forgiveness.
Stab you harder.
Yeah, I think stabbing me harder is probably the thing he's going to do.
Yeah. I'm just for the point. So you've got head armor, don't you, by the way, as well?
I do.
Okay.
Was he going to headbutt me now?
He's gonna headbutt you.
God damn it.
He's got unarmed master and unarmed warrior as well, so he gets bonuses to melee attacks. So.
Great. Awesome.
Okay.
You can just declare a headbutt. That's amazing.
All right. So he's still all out attack too, since he can't seem to dodge your attacks. He's going to throw it all in, and he hits you with 4 degrees of success.
Ooh. Sorry, did you say I still can't dodge?
I know he's not using killing strike.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, is there any reason I wouldn't try to dodge this?
No. So
Okay.
you've got, unless you worry about someone else attacking you and wanting to react to them instead.
Well, I don't know that I'm more worried about this guy right now. Wow, that was awful. I'm just gonna let it stand though.
Okay, no worries.
No, I'm pretty worried.
He has bulging head. He gets the extra damage.
He actually has a Archaeotech forehead protector.
Okay, it's 18, no pen.
Okay, so I take off 9 points of that to start with. Then he hits me for 2, bringing me to 0. And then I take half damage of the remaining 7, so 4 critical damage.
Yep. So
Wow, I
4 critical
can't wait to
damage.
hear what 4 critical damage to my head is going to do to me.
It's 4 impact.
Probably nothing that I'm going to want.
Did he not get any negatives for aiming for the head?
No, he didn't have to. So he hit you in the chest. He said, "Buddy, you in the chest."
Oh,
Okay.
That's still pretty bad.
Okay.
God, wait.
How
He's
far does he have to
enormous,
bend
right?
himself over to
Yeah,
reach
that's
my
what I was gonna
chest?
say.
Well, you remember you guys are fighting. You're fighting on even ground right now as well.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah,
Oh, so
that's
I
it.
have the higher ground. Well, shouldn't I be winning?
Space Marine, I have the high ground. It's like, no, we're the
Okay.
same height now.
The blow batters the target, shattering their ribs. The target takes D5 levels of fatigue and is stunned for 1 round.
Ooh, that's bad.
It's time
What's my
for the coup
toughness
de
right
grace
now?
to happen.
All right, I still only have 4 toughness.
So that is 4 points of fatigue.
Okay, so I have 0 fatigue now. I'm completely fatigued.
Yep.
All right, what else happens to me? I take
You're stunned for 1 round.
all right.
No further damage. You've got broken ribs narratively.
Oof. And what does having no fatigue left do to me?
I believe that you are unconscious at that point, or at least unable to operate. Let's double check. Why would I do that?
Can you spend fate points to remove fatigue?
I'm pretty sure I can spend fate points to remove the stun. The fatigue, not so much.
Yeah, losing your fatigue is unconsciousness.
There's nothing I can do to stop that, so I just fall unconscious, I guess.
Yeah, for 10 minus your toughness bonus minutes.
All right, so I'm out for 6 minutes.
Yep.
Well, you let me know if I need to burn fate to stay alive.
No, because it said there's people coming and he's got a charm, so he's basically going to bail on this fight while other people arrive to attend to Nero. So wherever Pierre is, you get a communication from somebody who you don't know. Lord Captain, are you picking this up?
What am I picking? Yes. What?
Yeah, we've engaged. Well, we've engaged something. Somebody's dead, and the Master of Ordnance is badly hurt, unconscious. I don't think he's dead. He might be dead. Is he dead?
No, he's too stubborn to die. He's probably
I've got a pulse.
Oh, yeah. See.
Yeah. No sign of the attacker.
Keep an eye out. I'm hoping that the attacker is almost dead. Dawn and I will be there shortly to assist.
Yes, sir, Lord Captain. So you guys are heading down. Nero, a few minutes later, you drop back to one point of fatigue remaining, basically wake up in 6 minutes when there's like a group of concerned-looking people around you.
Nero goes, "Where is he? Did you get him?"
Yeah, he. I think he got away. He don't know which way he went.
Where's the Infernus Master?
She's probably she hasn't been caught for it. I think she's probably waiting somewhere nearby.
All right, he gets on the. He's like, "Someone give me a Vox."
Yeah. So Celestina here.
Yeah, Infernus Master. We need all of your people to get in here and start searching the area. There is a rogue space marine who's trying to kill me.
Sorry, I had a problem with the Vox there.
Yep,
I missed
rogue
that.
space marine. He's bad. He's missing an arm. Just get down here and find someone who looks like they obviously are missing an arm. Okay? I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm tired. My ribs. They hangs up the phone and calls Sargon and tells her the same thing.
Okay, no worries. So you starting a heavy search throughout the space.
I mean, I would assume that maybe there's some like trail of blood or other mysterious way to track him, right? Because he's injured, and
he shot him with lasers, so it probably cauterized the wound.
Well, so first off, his
arm exploded.
No, it didn't. It was fractured from the heat.
Fractured.
Yeah, like the marrow fractured. Yeah. So and his blood he has a clotting factor which is almost instantaneous.
Damn it, stupid space marines.
So much easier to deal with them with tabletop.
Yeah. Where's your one wound now, Pondo? So yeah, they go looking. Probably about 10 minutes after they go looking, you hear an explosion. And like more sort of concerned people go running that way. About this time, Pierre and Dawn show up.
So I think Nero is sitting in the pile of rubble he caused by throwing the crack grenade. He's got his sword out over his knees. He's just holding it there, and he's staring at the sword, super sad. And he goes, "Lord Captain, it's good to see you. It seems I have failed to kill that Space Marine. It's really got me shook. I mean, he was a Death Watch, which means he's the best of the best, but he really got me. He literally headbutted me into unconsciousness. His whole head was larger than my entire chest."
Well, at least you can say you fought a Space Marine and lived.
Unconscious, lying on the ground. Yes. There was an
Still
explosion
alive.
somewhere nearby, sir. You might want to be careful.
Yes, I think we're going to investigate that shortly.
My ribs are broken. It's difficult to
Yes.
breathe.
I'll kneel down next to Nero and I'll say, "Have you become more humble with this experience, Nero?"
Just very sad right now. Also wheezing. I think that there's some blood in my breathing. Like I could taste it in my mouth.
These hardships will make you a stronger man, that is for sure, but
No, I definitely feel like I'm weaker than I was at the beginning of the fight.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder. I was like, if you want, I don't have to heal you if it'll help make your character more robust.
No, I definitely feel like if you could provide me with some sort of deep spiritual cleansing, I would prefer my ribs to be not broken as opposed to broken.
It does seem like that allowing you to live with this experience might be a more beneficial thing for you in the long run. Are you sure this is what you'd like?
Yes, I'm sure I would like non-broken ribs.
Very well. And I will commence the ritual of spiritual healing using divine administration.
Divine administration, no worries. So give me your Medicaid roll plus. Well, I assume you're guiding him to do better as well here, Pondo.
Yes.
Yeah, so plus 40.
Okay, and a med kit.
Yeah, that includes it. So that's plus 10 base, plus 20 for the med kit, plus 10 for Pondo.
Roger, roger. 9.3.
Okay, so he gets back your intelligence bonus plus your willpower bonus, which is 5 plus 4, 9, so 9 wounds.
Okay. What about my fatigue and critical damage? That
so
yeah,
it heals critical damage first.
okay.
But I can also spend points to heal. Spend a fate point to heal everything or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Double check.
There's something to do with the fatigue. Yeah, it does. It does do a lot.
Because because AP was like near death last time, and you spent that, and not near death. Actually, almost full health.
I expend a fate point to remove all fatigue.
Oh,
yeah, I will do that.
Okay,
that's it.
I'm going to spend a fate point to recover 1d5 wounds. Not bad. All right, so I'm no longer heavily wounded.
Yep.
So Nero is going to sheath his sword and then stand up and pick up his heavy bolter and go, "Praise the God Emperor. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. He caught me in melee range. I wasn't able to use the heavy bolter. It's a very serious concern of mine. And I'd like to speak to you later about ways that I might better engage people in melee combat in the future."
I mean, you have a sword.
He has a bigger sword.
Actually has a knife, probably.
It's a knife to him. It's more like a greatsword to us.
Fair enough.
I would know he hit me in the body with his head.
Are you ready to continue the witch hunt?
I'm gonna open a vox to the Inquisitor.
Okay, so you can also see Iyengar, the first master, is running this way with information as well. So you want to have her first.
Invertus Master. What's your name again?
Trail. Iyengar, Celestina Iyengar.
Okay.
We picked up a trail and we were pursuing him, but he set some sort of explosive that I think it decompressed the area we were pursuing him into. The pressure bulkhead sealed. We lost about 3 people from the team in the explosion and the subsequent decompression, but we're stuck on this side of the pressure bulkhead and he's on the other side, presumably with no oxygen. He must be dead by now.
Yeah, I doubt it. Let me ask you a question real quick, Celestine.
Did he have his helmet?
You look at Nero. There's like this like helmet mask shaped imprint in his carapace armor.
Yeah, there's no way he's
Perfectly
dead.
fine then.
Several questions. The first off is you're saying that he is trapped in a dead end, and you know this, yes?
Well, he's the area where he went into is decompressed, so the pressure bulkheads on all sides would have sealed. Yeah,
he's got Space Marine armor. He'll be fine. Second, I specifically called you here because your job is to make sure things don't explode on the ship, and then you let something explode on the ship, right? Just to be clear, that is the chain of events that happened, right?
Well, I deal with fires, not with traps and bombs.
We'll talk later.
We put the fire out.
Yeah. I assume it wasn't very hard given the decompression sucking the fire out. Nero is so pissed right now. He's gonna call the Inquisitor and just be like, Inquisitor Shrade. I have a
Master Bullet. Have you
Space
had luck
Marine
finding?
headbutt mark on my armor. I'm afraid that my talk was not so good. I was able to fight him to a standstill until he knocked me unconscious by hitting me with his forehead. He had decompressed part of the ship and escaped into those corridors.
Well, he can survive indefinitely with his power armor in that
Yes.
circumstance.
Yeah, if you're in the nearby area, I'd like you to come nearby. He is, I believe, slightly wounded. I did manage to break his arm.
All right, I'll make my way down there.
All right. So Nero's gonna open like a area Vox to try to talk to Anais.
Okay, so it's like just like a broadcast or thing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's just gonna be like, "Hey, fuckhead, pick up the Emperor damned phone."
I mean, you can probably pick up like so his carrier will pick it up if we respond or not.
Yeah.
He's picking up the signal you're sending.
I'm
Nero,
still
can I
alive.
have-
Oh, you want to talk, Lord Captain?
Yes, I'd prefer that I talk to
All
him.
right, I'm just gonna go lie down on the floor over there for a couple minutes. Physically just lies down on a flat floor. He's like, "Oh, blood! I love having it inside my body."
Is Anais correct? That's his name?
Anais.
Yes,
Nice. I guess. I don't know why I thought Anais. Mr. Anais, I wish that we could have had you aboard in more fair terms. Right now, I'm sure you're feeling a little bit cornered as you have essentially sewed yourself into a hole. If you wish to have reasonable speak, we would gladly let you come out peacefully. I at least only want to have a converse as to why you snuck aboard my ship and possibly destroyed key parts at the moment. Now, I know you may not want to reply, but I surely would glad to either have a private Vox call if you would like, or not. We will eventually get in there, whether you would like that or not.
Right, there is no response on the Vox, but you glean the fact that he would have picked it up. He would have heard what you said.
No.
So if this place is decompressed, can we assume that it's near the exterior of the ship, right? Because it would have had to. All right, so Nero's gonna.
You're right near the keel of the ship right now. You're right down low. So
Okay, so Nero's gonna order remotely. Of course, he's gonna call and have a group of people in void suits with energy weapons basically get on a shuttle with the back area decompressed and like fly to the outside and like shoot into the hole, or at the very least keep him from like leaving. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna kill camp that hole.
Yep.
All right, as long as that's done. Nero's still lying on the ground, super depressed. Are you sure we can't kill him, Lord Captain? Sound like you wanted to talk to him, but I'd really prefer.
I would, but I don't think he's going to talk, so we're just going to have to kill him.
Ah, very sad, Lord Captain.
Well, Nero, if you put on a void suit and go on the transport, you can be the one to try to kill him yourself. At range.
Well, for one thing, my ribs are not broken now, but they were broken before. And I am missing some blood. But really sucks running up to somebody that's better than you. It's pretty much never happened to me.
Nero, this is your one chance to prove that you're able to kill a space marine on your own.
Well,
Now, you can't just let someone else come steal your kill, will you?
I can see you're trying to manipulate me.
I'm just telling you the facts.
And it's working. But I have to tell you that my armor was the only thing that saved me in that engagement, and void suits are not what one would call sturdy design.
Fair enough.
All right, so Nero's just like gestures to someone nearby, and he's like, "Find me a void suit."
Okay, no worries.
Excellent.
So you're aboard a void suit. So this is the plan, is to go through to the shuttle at the outside of the ship to shoot in through the hole?
I feel like the shuttle is there to hold that hole, but Nero's just going to go through the decompressed area, right? Like, he doesn't need to go all the way back to the shuttle bay, ride a shuttle back here. He's just going to he's going to go through the destroyed area.
No
I'll go with Nero just to make sure that he doesn't die.
So Nero's
just remember that void suits and armor are incompatible. So
correct, and also I'm assuming you probably can't set stuff on fire in space. It's gonna be a little hard. So your fire sword and your fire
a power sword.
All right, I'll buy that. I mean, as long as James buys that. Nero,
and I will have more armor than you in this area. So
because she's got a field.
Oh yeah,
my field,
that makes sense.
So.
You know what? In fact, Shrain will actually. So he pulls off his rosette that he wears, and like opposite to Nero when you put the voices on. Says, I want that back.
Nero's just like, this is a inquisitorial rosette, Inquisitor.
It's a force field generator, is what it is.
Try not to break it, Nero.
I have to tell you, Inquisitor, I already lost to this man once. There's a chance that he'll toss me out into space and you'll never see this again.
I can get more, but
okay.
I'd rather you come back safely and return it to me.
I appreciate that.
And I think it's the best chance you'll have.
All right, so Nero's gonna swap out his backpack charge on his hell gun and get the heavy bolter, and he's just apologizing to it. He's like, I'm sorry, they were too close, buddy. We'll get them next time.
I want to go with as support. Is the transport contained? Like or is it like a platform?
So Nero's not going in the transport. He's going to where the explosion happened and just like float through space to get there.
Yes, I'm going to be there as support. To give plus 10s as they're needed.
Okay, so the inside of the ship still has gravity even without oxygen, because the grav plates still work. They don't rely on atmosphere. Yep.
Maybe you'd like to follow slightly behind us, Lord Captain.
I'm going to be in the transport.
All right, good luck.
In the transport. Okay, no worries. Cool.
I'm going to be in the transport watching, essentially.
Yeah. So you guys, to avoid sort of like decompressing a whole segment, you've got to go through a process where you go near the doors, close up another bulkhead, evacuate the air from that bulkhead, use like an airlock, basically. And then you at the same time, Pierre, you go and go to the shuttle. So for Dawn and Nero, when you open the doorway into the damaged section, it's like that sort of there's that sort of calm, complete lack of sound, as all the air rushes out, and all you can really hear is the sound that your suit is bringing through as you start stepping in. You can see a gaping hole from something that's been blasted, probably by another crack grenade, that you can see the starfield of space beyond. You're in a segment probably about the size of a basketball court, just with like lots of stuff you could hide behind, all sorts of machinery, some of which is damaged. The decompression has killed whatever lights are in here as well. So the only sort of lights coming from the starlight through the gaping hole. But yeah, you can just make out lots of shadowed areas behind equipment, and once again, not really a space made for human occupation, just a maintenance area.
Okay, so Nero is using his omniscope to flip through all three of the sensors, including like night vision and like thermal.
Okay, so basically give me a search roll. You can add plus 20 for the omniscope.
Damn it. And I also want to call the Lord Captain and ask him to run an auspex to look for heat signatures in the area.
Okay.
I just roll straight.
Oh shit! I didn't even need that. Plus 20. Gotcha, bitch.
Okay, so you definitely pick up nothing else. There's no movement, no heat, anything in this area.
When
the Allspecs, the Master of Physics radios back, they said we're only picking up 2 life signs in that area.
All right, start checking the other areas as we move across this area.
Okay.
Like, are there further rooms ahead of us?
Yeah, there are.
All right, then Nero's just gonna like truck it, space truck it. Like,
Pondo, while you're outside the shuttle, give me an awareness test, please.
the shuttle's under attack.
Space Marine's hanging under the bottom of it.
Punches a hole in the cockpit.
Okay,
And you get
so I need
sucked
to
out.
do awareness. Do I get anything for it, or any bonuses?
Just straight awareness.
Just tell yourself to do it well.
I can't. That's
Okay.
I'm like a guard in 5e. I got to be a certain level before I can get that skill. I will spin a fate point.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay. So as you're flying, as the shuttle's flying along, you're watching through the view screens. You can sort of see up ahead the hole in the outside of the ship, and then you look back at about 200 meters from the hole in the outside of the ship is a Space Marine walking along the outside of the ship.
The exact thing I was worried about.
His boots magnetized to the outside.
I'll vox Nero is like, it appears our guest is traversing the outside of the ship.
Well, you have a whole back of a shuttle filled with guys with guns. So, I don't know, just open the back door and shoot them.
Fair enough.
So, Nero's going to make his way towards the crack grenade hole, but I assume it's like on the ceiling or something, and he can't get there with the grab
on the
plates?
wall. That's, you can get there. It's on the wall.
All right,
That's fine.
he's going to start moving towards it, but
Yep.
yeah.
Pilot, if you can spin this to the back, and if everybody's ready to start firing onto this thing, I have no idea how effective we'll be, but we'll do our best.
So, just to be clear, so you want us to fire at the hand?
Do you have any weapons that would actually hurt the hand?
I mean, not significantly, but I mean, anything that's going to get through marine armor is going to probably do some hull damage.
On the plus side, you could puncture a plate near him and send him flying off into space.
I don't think so, because he also has boots for that. Try not to miss.
Okay, no worries. So the back door opens up. Pondo, you can roll for the crew. Their skill is 30. They are going full auto, so plus 20. You tell them to do better.
I think he just did. Try not to miss.
So I don't know the macro.
Just roll 200 and we'll look at the result.
Yeah, D100. So I got total plus 30 to this.
Yeah. Oh, just you just roll the 100. You roll under 60, basically.
6.
6. Nice.
That's under 60.
All right. So what we'll say is like among, because these guys have pretty much got the weapons that your crew have. So they've got things like
las guns,
las guns and auto guns, that sort of stuff. There's a limitation to what things work in the void,
which is why I specifically said las guns.
Yeah. So one of your guys happens to have had like a long las, like a las sniper rifle.
Yeah.
I actually picked up one not too long ago.
Yeah. And
no, I couldn't use it.
Yeah, who just gets a beautiful shot on this guy. So let's just see. Long last damage is, so it's a headshot.
Long last damage is 1d10 plus 3.
10 plus 3, pen 1.
10.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe.
Sorry? Pen 1. It's not pen 10.
Is it 1? Why does my thing say 10? My sheet must be wrong there.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful shot, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh no, it's still because he's got some damage here. So this will be.
There's 1 damage, and then he dies.
Well, because he's already in critical damage. That's what matters. So energy in the head. -6.
Amnesia.
lose all memory of why he was here, what he was doing.
I'll take that, Marine. Re-brainwash him.
Energy.
Have
Kinda
him
like-
fight Arthur consistently every day. Until Nero becomes the perfect war machine.
Yeah, it is
Until
1.
today, he
Alright.
thought he was.
Okay, in a gruesome display, the flesh is burned from the target's head, exposing charred bone and muscle underneath. The target is blinded permanently. takes decent levels of fatigue, and also roll a d10. Their new fellowship is reduced by that much, unless it's already below 10, in which case no one notices the difference. But at the end of the day, what you do is effectively it compromises his suit, so he will effectively he can survive for a while without oxygen, even without his suit. But yeah, by the time Nero will reach him, he has expired from his injuries. But he's still magnetized to the hull. He's just sort of
Nero's
floating there.
very sad.
He's just a corpse hanging out in space. Just like...
Nero's super sad because he wanted to get this kill, but he calls his shuttle and lets them know it was a good kill. Trooper, what was your name that made that shot?
Jovis.
Nice work, Jovis.
Doom Slayer.
Be sure to pick up some extra bacon in your rations today. On me.
And tell your daughter and your wife that you killed a space marine.
Yeah, I mean, we're in space, so Nero's just gonna demagnetize his boots and just basically drag this guy by its leg through space. I just imagine that his whole body is ragdolling behind Nero as Nero calls the Inquisitor, just like, Inquisitor Train, I deeply apologize. I was not able to kill the Space Marine, but someone else landed a shot from our exterior shuttle crew, and I'm bringing his body back to you.
Very good. Maybe there's some clues we can glean from that. So there's a scene where like Nero pulls the body in through the hole, and the moment
and then
like
the grav plate.
the grav plate's kicking, and suddenly his full 300 pound weight hits you. So they're 500 pounds. Marines are 500 pounds in armor.
I mean, Nero knows this is going to happen, right? He probably throws
right.
him through the hole first.
Yeah.
And then drags him to the airlock, the makeshift airlock that they had, and has somebody else, probably some servitors, come drag the body.
All right. So, because we're only on time, so I'm going to cut ahead to a scene where you're all in the Medicaid bay, surrounding this body, as your chief chirurgeon is, slowly and carefully removing pieces of carapace or pieces of ceramite armor from this guy. Starts to reveal, the flesh beneath. The Marine is pale-skinned, as you'd expect of somebody who spends all their time wearing power armor. Numerous battle scars on his flesh, including a horribly mangled arm, and his flesh flames from his face by heat, but also lots of other previous injuries. He has some tattoos as well, so symbols of the Imperium, for example. The one tattoo he has that sort of, I guess, stands out is he has a tattoo of the Dark Angels logo. But it is actually the older logo you saw on the armor in the Anvil of War, not the more current armor, not the more current logo. So if you're talking, I'm kind of here.
So it's basically the fallen angels. He's a chaos dark angel, maybe.
Well, the only difference is really so one is a white dagger with white wings, and the other is a red dagger with white wings. So whether or not there's not necessarily the symbol of the fallen, but would certainly indicate that he is a dark angel.
He might be part of the older guard, or
I know
circles.
what it is now. So he knows that the ship is a fallen ship, and that we aren't allowed to know about the fallen because he's a dark angel, so he has to kill us all, so that we don't spread the information about the fallen. I'm up with it now. Out of character. In character, Nero's just very angry and sad.
Yeah. Arthur's all over it.
He's angry.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing the situation was this guy was this dark angel that's trying to kill us because we know too much.
Yeah. So for
that Pablo Escobar meme where he's just like sad in all these different shots?
Yeah.
Hanging around the guns, hanging around.
Have you seen the version of that meme where the guy's surrounded by Indominus boxes? And it's like scalpers right now?
I think Nero's probably got like a surgical knife and is just stabbing him in like the leg over and over again. So a place where the armor's already been removed. He's just very upset and is making himself feel better by stabbing this guy. It's really creepy. It's not cool at all.
Nero, you should really stop doing that.
I'm very... He almost killed me. I mean, he could have left me dead instead of leaving me for dead.
Would you prefer to be dead?
No. I mean, listen, the God Emperor has really been looking out for me lately. I've been nearly dead several times today, and then just in general over the last year. Honestly, since joining your mother's crew, it's actually kind of not been so great for my level of longevity. I just want to apologize, God Emperor. I'm sorry you have to spend so much attention on me. I'll do my best to stop dying. He finally just leaves the scalpel in the guy's body as he lets go.
Now, Nero, please don't make promises that you can't keep.
Oh, Shrain looks over and says, I'll send a message to the Watch Fortress, see what they want to do. I guess that we should organize to have, well, presumably if now we know he's a Dark Angel, we should organize to have his progeny glands returned to his chapter.
Are we sure? I mean, isn't he like kind of chaosy now? Like,
well, that's why I'll ask the Watch Fortress what they want to do.
All right. Well, I guess you can let the Death Watch know.
Put the body on ice, he says to the Trojan.
You can tell them that Nero the Blade isn't as good as a Death Watch Space Marine.
Yes. Oh, I should let you know, by the way, as well, that the other brother I had seeking out Anais, after he informed me he was coming to try and find a way to rendezvous with the ship. So if another Death Watch Space Marine turns up, he is on our side.
Good, because I don't think we want to make a habit of having to fight Death Watch Space Marines.
No.
Is there any reason why this particular Space Marine might be better off alive than dead?
I'm going to say at this point it's too late for you to use that ability as well, because we sort of flashed forward. But also I think that I mean, what you can probably glean is that he was more like he was willing to sacrifice. Like, basically, all he wanted to do was kill people. He was probably making his way towards the rear of the ship, potentially to scuttle it. You know, if he couldn't complete his mission by only killing the right people. So it's unlikely that you will, even if you were able to bring him back, that he would suddenly, you know, he would just use whatever power he had left to try and kill more of you until he was dead again.
Fair. All right.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Anyway,
as much as I want to interrogate this guy.
Yeah, I have to burn a faint point to do it. So that's why if it is going to happen, it's going to happen because it's like necessary for plot reasons or whatever. So
no one wants an undead Tarask in their ship.
Equivalency is pretty mute at this point.
So I think this is probably a good place to leave off this episode for today. We've got 19 minutes to the hour to do.
I like the idea that the final montage is just Nero like sword fighting and like doing push-ups and lifting, anything to bolster his melee capabilities.
Also, a sad Keanu sandwich eating montage where he's just like on a bench somewhere, just like thinking about shit, you know.
so like when the flesh terror turns up, is it going to be a case of Nero saying, you know, you, me, car park now? I want to get better at fighting.
Well, if you ever want to fight, if you ever want to spar with Dawn, she'll be down for it. She needs a good sparring partner.
Here's the secret: Nero is absolutely incredibly awful at melee combat.
Oh yeah, no.
Don't tell me Nero's a one-trick pony. Come on.
she's gonna whip you left, right, and center. I think.
Listen, I think he did pretty good with just the hell gun. Okay.
I think very well. I think that you got out of 8 damage rolls, you got 4 Emperor's Wraths, you know, that's a pretty good starting point.
Yeah.
Without a weapon with tearing.
I'm telling you, the the God Emperor was out here looking out for him. What are these things called? There's like guns that you can, gloves that you can put. The recoil gun can fire a basic weapon with one hand. I don't know what it's called, but I'll have to get them. It's some sort of like van braces you can get mounted on your arms to get weapons on that you control.
Yeah.
You just fire. Yep.
You can be essentially like the Grey Knights, where they have storm bolters on their wrists.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't put storm bolters on my wrists because I'm not a space marine.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
Yeah, okay. But I'm going to add that to my list of things that I need. Let's do some outros. James, how about you? How did you think that was going to go down? I assume you were like, wow, Nero's going to die really badly during this combat.
I didn't go with any expectations, to be honest. Like I think once again you did get very lucky in terms of like literally took it from 23 wounds down to 7 wounds in the first attack with that Emperor's Wrath.
Also, you rolled like garbage.
Yeah.
You rolled so bad, James. You're rolling in the high 90s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Look, I mean, one of the things I don't mind with these sort of systems is that worst case scenario, you end up burning a fate point. And it's not something that I seek to have every combat, but it is an instant out. It means that I can throw in a tough opponent and know that no matter how bad it goes for a player character, there is a survival mechanism.
I just wanted to win really badly.
Yeah.
Now, when you say burning a fate point, does that mean the fate point's gone permanently? or-
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have one more
also
fate point than most people, but
yeah, you can get more fate points in the future as well. It is possible too. So
You got 5 as well, Arthur?
yeah.
Yeah.
I only have 4. So
Well, you don't use it to heal Nero every 10 seconds, so it's fine. You don't need the extra one.
Don't say it like I want to be healed every time. Just falling over and dying.
I think I've been damaged once this entire campaign so far.
Yeah.
So for interest's sake, just for the ease of sort of balancing, Brother Ananias was constructed as a rank 4 Deathwatch Marine using the rules in Deathwatch. So he is effectively player character built as such. So just to give you an idea of, I guess, the power level of the different game systems.
So he's like a lot stronger than me.
Yeah, well, he's the equivalent of a rogue trader character with 27,000 experience points.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I almost got him. Almost got him. Wow, you did. You did well. Hey, listen, if I killed him, would I get all of his experience points?
Suddenly we have a rank 4 character, Goonie, that's shut with the long last.
Oh, yeah, I like the idea that he gets all the experience and he's like, wow, incredible. There's so many things I never considered before.
I love the idea that we just run into you eating this man's heart afterwards. He's like, I need his strength.
There used to be a game system called Rollmaster from Iron Crane Enterprise. I don't know if you've heard of Rollmaster before. Generic fantasy roleplay setting. I think it was actually derived from early Middle Earth stuff. But in any case, the experience system in that it saw you getting 1 experience point per hit point of damage you did, plus a bonus for landing the killing blow, which was like equal to like 100 XP. And so when I used to play Rollmaster, we hardly had players in the group who were like, wait until the enemy was like right low and then suddenly change their target to try and be the person that deals the killing blow and gets the killing XP bonus.
Any game made in the early 1980s, role-playing wise, tend to focus on like just players being absolute dicks to each other for their own benefit, you know? Yeah.
Can't I remember the name of this thing that allows you to put guns on your armor? Maybe it's not in the core book.
Yeah, I'll help you find it. I think I know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I think it went well. I think that yeah, I sort of wasn't sure how far we'd get through. I considered putting in some like changing the order of things and having the reveal that there is a Space Marine on board the ship that's hostile for the end of the episode and tackle it next episode. But I'm glad I did it the way I did it and have it so that it was done at the start of the like revealed before the break and then resolved within the next segment of games. So we can then move on to the next part of the game next week beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
What
I love
is the
that your
next part of
monster
the
of the
game?
week this time was a space marine. But yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, like what?
now there has to be 2 Space Marines for Nero to fight.
Yeah, I'll stop putting you up against good and honest, imperial citizens in the future, and give you some real. Just
I mean, it
obvious
can't be
bad
that good
guys.
if he's trying to kill me. He's a
What
bad
was
man.
the reflector level on the Inquisitors?
Rosette.
Or is that 70? Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Which he wants back, by the way.
Yeah, I give it back to him immediately. Before I start stabbing the guy in the thigh.
Yeah, because the Rosette has other properties as well. So
Yeah, like being a Rosette.
yeah, opening doors.
All right.
What is everyone's total XP spent?
Oh,
by
how
the
much
way?
did we
I
get this
think-
Yeah, that's. I think I gave you a bigger one last time, didn't I? As well?
Yeah,
Was
you
it-
did.
was it yeah, so we'll go with 300 this time.
Okay.
I know that was a really tough fight, but I gotta pace
It
myself.
was just me, though.
Yeah.
Our total is
what are we at
9,800 now.
9,800.
I haven't spent this yet, though. Equipment.
When do we get to level 3?
How much experience did we get? 300?
300.
Okay.
Rank 3 is. Oh, right, done.
I'm very tempted to save up to get one more boost in the fellowship to make it 73.
Rank 3 is 10,000.
Oh, we're 200 away. All right. So that means next session we'll.
Yeah. Keep in mind you have to have spent the XP as well to unlock the advances in next rank 2.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so you have to have actually spent 10,000.
So you can't
XP.
save. You can't save up for it. Then.
Yeah, then spend it double on the rank 3 advances. That's right.
So I'll take 300.
Yeah, at the moment, there's not very many skills I want to get. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to save up to get the last advancement in fellowship. So I can be at a 73 base and then always pretty much be rolling at 83 with stuff. And I think with charm, I'll be rolling at like 103. I have a plus 10 to charm automatically.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, so I have a plus 20 for charm specifically. That'd be 90.
I'm sitting on 850 experience points. I need to buy something. Okay.
I'm sitting at 600 right now, so I'm kind of just waiting. I don't do any shooting to invest in that, or doing melee fighting to invest in that either. So
I'm really hoping we see the finalized Dawn artwork soon as well, so we can do the big reveal.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. So, okay. I mean, I think we can do the rest of the outros then. I guess,
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking. I think it's called a forearm weapon mounting, but I can't find what book it's in. Yeah, Dave, what do you got going on?
Just same old, same old. I'm just basically pulling my hair out, doing that stuff. If you want to go follow my stuff, you can over at Kinky Fridays. Game's coming out in I guess 1 day or 2 days now. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a very nerve-wracking couple of days for me, for sure.
So will you still be a simmering ball of stress next week, or will you be all past it then?
Well, it's early access release, so nothing is really ever done, I guess would be the right term. But
That seems to be the early access rule with Steam these days.
Yeah, well, I mean, for us specifically, like we have like we're releasing with 7 of the 23 dates in the game for early access, so we have a lot of extra work. So we're hoping to be done by November in total, just in time for the summer sale or the winter sale, whatever it is on Steam. So, but you know, that's a long ways away, and we got a lot of what to do before then and then. So, yeah. But yeah, that's me. It was a good session. All things run.
What do you got? Onto the Mad.
I am Pondo or Pondo the Mad, and you can catch me for Switch/Pondo the Mad, or you can catch me here Thursday nights with AP and James for BattleTech, or you can find me on Sunday nights on my own channel doing Hunters of Ulverns, my own 5e campaign done in a Gestalt variant in my own world setting. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to meet and actually get back to that, because it's been a few weeks since we did. No, the session's been fun. I didn't really do much. I kind of was just there.
Yeah.
I'm telling people, do this, do that. Good job. Get back in there, kid.
You rolled that great shot that
I will say it just continues to hone the fact that if I tell someone to do something, they'll do it and get it done.
So, if it interests you at all, by the way, the 4 Deathwatch Marines I gave to Cassius are all based off the 4 Greek humors, and you just killed the one based off melancholy or black bile.
But now I'm the one filled with melancholy and bile.
I'm guessing that was the goal.
So you did absorb his power.
Wow. Interesting. It's called forearm weapon mounting, and my plan that I've written here that I just found is to get 10 forearm weapon mounted storm bolters, and then we all strap forearm weapon mounted storm bolters to our arms, so that when any of us encounter bad guys that we can't heavy weapon, we could just... This is a basic bolter weapon, so everybody can use it.
I can't, because I don't have basic weapon proficiency.
Wow. Well, we can just leave the others for someone who's better than you.
If it counted as a pistol, then I could use it. But...
Nope.
Yeah.
Pondo is not a basic bitch.
I am not.
Terrible.
I also
style.
don't
That's
have
why I have a bolter king
like
that I use to murder.
Well,
people
then I'll
I
have
need
to
murder.
roll for 2 of them individually, just for me then. Interesting.
That's the spirit.
How much would it cost me to get the basic proficiency?
Got to see if it appears in your chart first, which it doesn't.
It doesn't at all. So probably about
At all?
500.
Well, okay, I'll need to work out a.
I don't think it does. I'll double check though. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. No, I think they want the rogue trader to be the one carrying the pimp cane and sword.
So you're fulfilling your destiny then.
I guess. I saw the bolter cane. I knew it was the only thing I could really have that had any sort of style. So.
Pondo says he's not basic.
It's rank
but then he
4.
gets a
Basic
cane.
Weapon Training Universals rank 4, 500 XP for a rogue trader.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What rank are we now? 2?
You're about to hit 3.
All right,
You're
so
ranked
not
2,
anytime
right.
soon.
Soon enough, AP. Don't be needing to get into all the heavy shit right at the start.
I carry
So
a heavy bolter that I specifically built my entire character in. All right, it's minus 35 to get a forearm weapon mounted storm bolter.
I might look into investing in a.
Oh, but plus 30 because I'm only getting 1.
Is it an Inferno pistol? Is like the Melta pistol?
Yes, it's the one that everyone got mad at me for carrying in the pre-gen game. It's the like Archaeotech Melta pistol.
The Inferno pistol is
Yep.
the Inferno
I don't remember you
pistol.
having
Inferno
that.
pistol is a Yeah, I remember there was a whole scene where, so this is on a ship where he was playing the Sister of Battle, and they were like,
Everybody was like, well, you could
Oh.
punch through the hull with that.
yeah, you can't bring it on this ship, you're going to damage something.
I was
that's
like, fuck off, bitch.
Man, that was a while ago. That was indeed a while ago. Yeah, I think
that was a playtest for Wrath and Glory, not even a playtest for this game.
Oh, yeah.
that's-
That's how long ago it was.
Speaking of which, you see there's new errata out for Wrath and Glory.
I did. And that there was a new free RPG day for Wrath and Glory.
Yeah, and they've announced like 4 new books for it as well. So
It looks like they tweaked some of the combat, but not.
yeah, they made it less deadly. So you double the number of double the tier to get wounds now rather than one time. And there's new rules with armor and consciousness. It basically makes combat a lot more survivable.
I mean, even like rank 1, you only get 2 plus your toughness, which usually people need toughness 4 at that rank or 3.
Yeah.
So
It's more built around making sure that higher tier characters can sustain things like, because when they're up against people with plasma guns or power weapons, so they have like a tier 4 game, they've got 8 plus their toughness bonus rather than 4 plus toughness bonus.
right. I don't know. Maybe something to look into on that. Maybe that was the main issue.
Yeah.
Aside from the high damage things with high pen, yada yada. But
You got anything else, Pondo?
I do not. No, I'm just going to see if I can get an Inferno pistol next time.
Is ballistic weapons bolters, or is that
Ballistic is specifically weapons like SP, solid projectile.
okay?
So what's the context you're looking at? Sorry.
I have 2 weapon wielder ballistic, which I got.
Okay, so that does apply to all ballistic skill based weapons. Yes.
So
that
solid
includes bolters
projectiles.
No, that includes bolters, solid projectile, plasma, everything. Anything which shoots something. It's ballistic.
Oh,
rather
okay.
than
All
melee.
right. Cool.
Oh,
So I can 2 weapon them.
Yeah.
It feels kind of shitty though to be like, I'm going to buy one of these, and then I'm going to buy one of these again to get the plus 30 bonus to it. But there's no point in me buying 10 of them at once, right? Because no one else is going to use these things.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind that you if it's like you're doing more than less than 1, it's whether you buy between 2 or 10. You could say I don't need 10, I need 2, but it's still the same difficulty to roll.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So what is that? It's
you
only
you have to take all 10. It just becomes plus 20 rather than plus 30.
well.
To only get.
Listen, the thrice locked chest of Nero the Blade.
Can have plenty of spare storm bolters.
Yeah, and forearm mounted bracers on them. Just in case mine gets damaged or my armor falls off. In case I need to negotiate with people.
If a weapon has like something parentheses, like a planet name, like this Inferno pistol Mars, do we have to be at Mars to get it?
No,
that's the pattern.
yeah, it's the pattern. That's it.
Then I might be looking into getting the Inferno pistol Mars pattern.
Yep.
Because it's like
Hell
2d10 plus 8 E with I think 13 pen.
Yeah. So just so you know, if you guys now told me you wanted to go to Mars, it's about 7 years travel time from where you are right now.
Okay, let's go to Mars.
What if we use that webway thing? Could we get there quicker?
I
I assume it's just a straight shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, remember that, like in the Indominus Crusade, it took them like over a year to get from Cadia to Earth in the webway, but they also got raped by demons partway through.
We could get to Cadia pretty quickly. Hasn't exploded yet.
That's right.
I'd be like, it'd be going home for Nero. So, anything else we need to cover?
I don't think so.
All right. Is everybody good for next week? I should ask
I'm
that.
good.
Yeah,
Pondo,
I
Dave?
think I'm
I
good.
say thank you to the audience too, but don't be so harsh on Nero, man.
No, they're all dunked on Nero all episode.
I should.
He
be
didn't
good.
measure up. He thought he was good enough to fight a Space Marine, Deathwatch Space Marine, a guy who was 2 whole levels ahead of him, and he wasn't able to kill a player character 2 times better than him. a guy with almost 3 times his total experience. It's rough. That happens to all of us sometimes, that we aren't better than the people who are better than us. Nero's quickly becoming the Triple H of the show rather than the very serious, wise monk I wanted him to be.
That's right. It's time to play the game.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's it, guys. Have a good night.
Bye bye.